Secrets of Coins, revealing the rare coins in history, disclosed.
1941, a year on the edge of history. The world was at war, though America hadn't yet joined. The U.S. Mint, still using its pre-war copper, struck millions of Lincoln wheat cents, coins that would soon circulate through one of the most turbulent times in human history. And among them was the 1941 Lincoln wheat cent, a small piece of metal that would witness a world about to change forever. Support our effort, subscribe, like, and share so we can bring you more amazing videos about rare coins, hidden treasures, and the stories they carry from history's most defining moments. Now let's take a journey back to that moment in time and uncover what makes the 1941 penny such an intriguing coin for collectors today. The 1941 wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint, marked by a small D below the date. It's part of the famous Lincoln wheat cent series, designed by Victor David Brenner, who first introduced the design in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing 3.11 grams, the same composition the Mint had used since 1864. Over 128 million pennies were minted in Denver that year, which might sound like a lot. But what makes the 1941 stand out isn't just its quantity. It's the history behind it and the condition in which it's preserved. In circulation, a 1941 penny typically goes for 5 to 10 cents, but when you move into uncirculated grades, the value climbs fast. An MS-65 red example can sell for $75 to $150, while a stunning MS-67 red can reach $1,000 to $2,000. The top-graded 1941 pennies, those perfect, glowing red pieces with no spots or scratches, have crossed the $10,000 mark at major auctions. That's right, a penny from the dawn of World War II worth 5 figures today. Collectors look for the fiery red luster that defines high-grade copper coins. Because copper tarnishes easily, very few have survived in pristine condition. Those that did are prized like miniature works of art. But that's not all. The 1941 penny also has some fascinating varieties and errors. The most famous are the repunched mint mark RPM varieties, where the D was stamped twice. Under magnification, you can see a second D slightly offset from the first. These coins can range in value from $25 to $200, depending on visibility and condition. There are also double die obverse examples, though rare, showing slight doubling in the inscriptions, "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." These can command $500 to $1,500 when authenticated by PCGS or NGC. Other minting errors, like off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets, can also add significant value, with dramatic examples reaching $2,000 to $5,000. Now let's look at what this coin represents. The year 1941 was a turning point. The U.S. economy was still recovering from the Great Depression, and the country was preparing for the possibility of war. By the end of the year, after the attack on Pearl Harbor, the U.S. would officially enter World War II. That means the 1941 penny was one of the last copper cents, struck before wartime metal shortages, changed everything. Just 2 years later, in 1943, the Mint switched to making pennies from zinc-coated steel to save copper for ammunition and equipment. So the 1941 penny isn't just a pre-war coin. It's a symbol of America right before everything changed. Collectors cherish it for that reason. It's a snapshot of life before wartime rationing, before the steel cents, and before the massive industrial shift that defined the 1940s. Finding a high-grade 1941 today is tough, but not impossible. The best places to look? Old coin jars, estate collections, and rolls from banks or flea markets. The coin's age means it often shows up dark and worn. But if you find one that still has that original red color, you might be holding something worth hundreds or even thousands. And if you ever come across a proof-like finish or a coin with an unusual shine, take a closer look. Some early die strikes had exceptionally strong details and luster, and collectors pay big premiums for those. When you're ready to sell, Your options depend on what you have. Common circulated examples? Try eBay, Etsy, or Facebook Marketplace. But if you've got a high-grade coin or an error variety, go straight to Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, or Great Collections, where certified coins can sell for record-breaking prices. And here's a tip for preservation. Never clean your copper coins. Even the slightest polishing removes the natural toning and can cut the value in half. Keep your coins dry, handle them by the edges. And if you think it's special, have it graded professionally. The 1941 D. Lincoln Wheat. Cent is more than a 1-cent coin. It's a symbol of a world on the brink of change. It carries the calm before the storm. Minted just months before history shifted forever. So next time you hold a 1941 D penny, look closely. You're not just holding copper. You're holding a piece of America's story. A coin that saw the end of peace, the beginning of war, and the resilience of a nation ready to rebuild. Support our effort, subscribe, like, and share so we can continue bringing you stories of the coins that defined America. Because even a simple penny, struck more than 80 years ago, can hold the weight of history, and maybe even the surprise of real value.